What's up, YouTube? It's For the Love of Glock, and today's video is going to be all about, is X worth it, right? Is the 43X or the 19X worth it? Is it worth purchasing the X? Let's talk about it. Also, don't mind the wet hair, just took a shower. Okay, let's go. All right, so first up, let's talk about the 43 versus the 43X. So the X being an upgraded version of the 43, supposedly. That's what we're here to find out today, all right? So first up is the 43X is a 10+1 capacity, while the 43 is a 6+1 capacity. So with the 43X, you do get +4, right? You get +4, which is nice. They are both single stack magazines. However, the 43X is just a little bit wider. It's just a little bit wider, which is, I mean, no problem, right? It just kind of makes the handguard just a little bit thicker, which personally I kind of like. But so with more rounds, obviously means your grip, your hand grip is going to be longer, right? Obviously. So the 43 has a shorter grip. It's more concealable, I guess, but your pinky does hang off, as you can see. Next up, we're going to talk about weight. So the 43 being slightly lighter than the 43X. So if that's something you care about, 43, right? But most people, I don't think it really matters. We're talking like ounces here, right? We're not talking pounds, so it's not that big of a deal. Next thing I want to talk about is possibly the most important, and that's going to be aftermarket things, right? So you want to put a red dot on your 43, good luck, because there is no Glock 43 MOS factory. However, there is for the 43X. As you can see, I have a red dot on my 43X. But yes, the 43 does not come factory with an MOS option, so that's definitely something that they upgraded there. Also, the 43 does not come with a attachment rail. So underneath, in front of the trigger guard, underneath the frame, there is no attachment slide to attach flashlights or lasers or whatever you want to put down there. 43X, however, does. So that is a huge win for the 43X. So all in all, if you want something that's more concealed, get the 43. If you want something that's going to shoot better, going to be more fun because you can put more things on it, but while also still being concealed, get the 43X. In my opinion, 43X for the win. Definitely X is worth it on this one. Let's move on to the 19s. So first up we have the Glock 19. So this is the OG 19, and honestly probably Glock's most popular handgun they make. I mean, these are crazy popular, and for a good reason. You can use them for concealed carry, home defense, and duty. So that's that. The 19X originally was built for the U.S. military, so they combined the Glock 19 slide with a Glock 17 full-size frame. As you can see here, the frame is a lot larger. So let's talk about size, right? The 19 has a compact slide and a compact frame, while the 19X has a compact slide but a full-size frame. So for people with larger hands, right, that's going to be the one for you. But, you know, larger frame, less concealability, right? Because that's the part of the gun that's going to stick out the most, right? Moving on to magazine capacity, right? Because that's tied right into the size of the handgun. So with your 19 Gen 5 from the factory, you're going to have a 15+1 capacity. And then your 19X, you're going to have a 17+1 or 19+1, because with the 19X, it comes with multiple mags. So that's a pretty big plus. All right, let's get into some controls here. So both of the 19s have ambidextrous mag releases, right? So you can flip-flop it. If you're right-handed or left-handed, you got it on both sides. Same as the slide release / slide catch, that is also on both sides. So that's a huge win for both of them. Love to see that in firearms. Next, let's get into some differences. So the 19 has front serrations and rear serrations. So that is a huge plus. I always love to see that in handguns. It helps with so many things, you know, better grip. Also, it looks cooler, in my opinion, so there's that. The 19X does not have front serrations, which is crazy. I don't know why. Maybe you guys can tell me, but it does have rear serrations. So no front, only rear. So that's something to think about. Next up is going to be the 19 has a little tiny flared mag well. So that's really awesome that Glock did that. You know, anytime you have a flared mag well, tiny, big, or not, it's still going to help. It's still going to help get that mag in there, right? So the 19 having a flared mag well, while the 19X does not have a flared mag well. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, this is a 19X MOS, which is not the original 19X. So I won't include this, but the original 19X does come with night sights. So the 19X coming with night sights, while the 19 Gen 5 comes with its normal factory Glock sights. So that's definitely going to be a win for the 19X. Night sights are always the way to go. So next thing I want to point out about the controls of the actual firearms is the 19X has that little lip. So that little lip right there on the bottom of the handguard is quite annoying to me. I think it's really stupid because you cannot fit normal, so it's a Glock 17 frame. You cannot fit Glock 17 mags in the Glock 19X because of that little thing, which is absolutely, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it a lot. So just to let you guys know, I think that's bullshit. I actually had one of my viewers on my past videos comment, and he said that it was originally for gloves, right? That little piece of plastic stopped your glove from getting pinched in between the mag and the frame. So shout out to him. Thank you for that, because I did not know that, and I guess it makes sense. I still think it's dumb, though. That's just my opinion, because the normal 19 can fit almost any 9mm. I mean, it can fit any 9mm double-stacked mag, which is unbelievable. It's great, right? You always want to be able to do that. Doesn't matter what situation you're in. If you're in a survival situation, you're more likely to find Glock 17 mags than you are 19 mags. So if you're out in the whatever you're in and you run out of ammo or you lose your mag or something, you got a 19X, good luck, brother, because you ain't going to find one. You ain't. All right, so we compared the 19 and the 19X. Is X worth it? Well, honestly, guys, that's up to you, because for me personally, I don't think so. I think price range is something I forgot to include, but the 19 Gen 5 is about $550. The Glock 19X, you're looking closer to $700, $650. So that's also something to think about. But for me, guys, it's going to be the 19 Gen 5 all the way. That is my absolute favorite firearm. Especially of the firearms I own, but also all the handguns I've shot in my life. My 19 just smokes them all out of the water. I mean, it is the nastiest firearm out there that I've seen. So, yeah, it's going to be the 19 for me all the way, guys. But hey, 19X does have a lot of pros. So, could you say it is an upgrade? Maybe. You have upgrades in certain features and certain parts, but then they left out a lot of the OG parts that ultimately would have made it a better firearm, like the serrations or the flared mag well, right? Those are things that you upgrade in a firearm, right? Not take them away. So I think for the 19X to really be an upgrade, I think that stuff needed to be there, and it would be. So that's just my opinion, guys. You let me know what you think in the comments, and that's going to be it, guys. So I'll see you next weekend. Peace.